Hey guys, welcome back to JH Reels. This time I'm making the cork grip for the fly rod and wrapping on the guides I made in part 1. I'm cutting a few pieces off this board to become my clamp for gluing the cork discs together. Each piece will have 3 holes, 2 for 1/4 inch all thread and 1 for the shaft the cork is mounted to. The wing nuts on these thread bars are what will be clamping the cork together. Each disc is held in place with some waterproof wood glue. Spinning them around ensures that you have good coverage between the pieces. The shipping oil left over on this piece of round bar prevents the cork from sticking to it when I try to remove it later. Once all of the rings are in place, a small piece of plastic is put in between it and the clamping structure to prevent it from getting all glued together. Once the glue is dry, the shaft was removed from the clamping halves and mounted into the lathe. I used a steady wrist to support the opposite end. Forming the grip into the classic well shape was accomplished using sandpaper starting at 80 grit and moving all the way to a finishing grit of 400. Once the shaping was complete, the grip slid off of the shaft without much of a fuss. To match the inside of the grip to the shape of the rod, I used a tapered reamer. This process took a long time, so I've got it sped way up. Slides in place nicely. Next, I'm going to be wrapping on the snake guides I made earlier, as well as a few store-bought guides. To begin, I found the spine of each section of the rod by rolling it around on this table and waiting for it to jump. I marked the location of the spine with a paint pen, and then marked out the location of each guide using a piece of masking tape. I used a little bit of guide foot adhesive to hold the guides in place before being wrapped. As we roll into wrapping the guides in place, I'm not going to go into much detail. There are plenty of videos on YouTube about guide wrapping that are made by much more experienced people than me. I simply want to build myself a rod to complement the reel I built. I'm sure plenty of you guys can find rookie mistakes in this one. The two threads I used here are a black and silver tiger thread with a silver metallic accent thread. For me, deciding whether or not to use color preserver on the threads was difficult. While on one hand it would lock in the brilliant color of the tiger thread, it would also prevent the threads from soaking up the epoxy and creating a stronger wrap. My final decision was to let the epoxy soak through the threads and have a darker finish. A total of 2 coats of Flex Coat High Build are applied like this. And that's the finished wrap. In the sunlight, the colors of the tiger thread still shine through nicely, and the colors match the blank pretty well. In the final video for the rod, I'll be making a custom carbon fiber Kevlar hybrid reel seat insert and gluing the grips and seat into place. If you want to see more videos like these, subscribe to my channel below. Thanks for watching.